Guns. When we all think of guns, we might see that they're dangerous, that they shouldn't exist, or really anything. Mind you, there's a lot of reasons why the heroes don't use guns, or the villains. The villains never use the guns as well. Some of them. But there's some heroes that you do use them, like Rebot Jackson. I mean, Rebop Cop, isn't it? Rebop Bebop, I think it's called. Cowboy Rebop. Cowboy Bebop. That's one, but there's so many more. There is so many anime and guns in anime and all that stuff. So the question is, should the heroes use guns? Well, it depends on the hero. See, how to make guns, how to put guns into your series, into your story. So let's say you're doing a heroes versus villains battle, and you want to put a person with a gun. That's okay, but I feel like you need to think more than just doing it, because a gun isn't really powerful. If you think logically that a gun can't be powerful, then it's no longer powerful. You see, imagination is like that. Any weapon, anything can be powerful as long as you think it's powerful. But be logical. Be thinking that what benefits, what weaknesses does this gun have? Like, there's a couple of weaknesses that you can have for a gun. Like, it can shoot from, let's say it's a revolver and it shoots very, very far away. But the problem is that it doesn't do anything else. Or like, just balancing it out so it won't be overpowered, like a gun that can one-shot kill a hero in like 2 seconds. No, you shouldn't have that. It'd be really overpowered, and people would be thinking plot holes and thinking quite a lot of things, like how can he do this, or how can she do this, how can they have this gun and this mighty powerful gun. But if you do want to make a gun appear in this fighting the hero, you also have to make the gun either be a power, as the power, it's only the gun that has the power, or that you're restricted to this gun. See, natural flow, as I said, restricted. As I said before, the natural flow, which is everything is restricted. You're also restricted to guns as well. Guns and bullets. See, if you have a gun that has powers, let's say if you shoot them, there's different elements. Like, let's say one bullet has an element, like it has a random element, like it can burn people, freeze them, etc. You need to have a bit of balance between that, and say, oh, it's a revolver, it needs more reloading, like it only has 6 shots. and it's not very long range, let's say, or recoil. That's the balance, the aspect of guns, that they have weaknesses. So you might as well have powers than guns, to be honest, because in all of the series, you'll see a lot not using guns. Not because they don't want to use them, it's because they'd be just as bad as the villains or the people who shot their parents. Like muggers and all that stuff, they'd be just as bad as them. But, what do you think? Do you think that using a gun is okay? Or not? Put it in the comments below. But, anyway, as I was saying, you have to have a balance. You have to think logically. Is this going to work? Is this gun going to work? And if it is, how's it going to work? Like, I can name you 2 instances where I used a story that had a gun in it, which I have right now. This one I made up right now. This gun, right? These guns. So there's this Deathslinger. I call him Deathslinger. A long time ago. It was before Dead by Daylight even released Deathslinger, so I'm not gonna bloody sue them because I'm bored. So basically, he is the master of marksmanship. He can shoot very fair. He can shoot good, and his rifle has element potential, meaning that it can have ice, burn, toxic, and electrical effects on people 100%. But he usually uses the freeze. That's the weakness. That if someone did have freeze resistant, he can't change back. He can't change back to the element unless the battle's over. That's his weakness. See? Advantage, disadvantage. There's 2 advantages he has, which his gun can shoot 1 bullet, right? But it's 100%. So if he had like fire, if he had like a fire element, they'll always go on fire. If he had a freeze element, he can freeze them, and their movement speed is slow. But the problem with that is there's only 1 bullet, and he has to reload quite often. And it's a very powerful rifle because it's 1 shot. It's very powerful, even if you live through it, live through the bullet, live through the rifle, it still freezes you up and, sets you up for him to shoot you. His revolver, it does double damage on elements. Basically, if they are on fire or ice, it'll do double damage. So he can shoot them with the rifle. They can freeze if they're able to withstand the damage, and he can just shoot them with the revolver. But the disadvantage with them is that he can't defend himself. When all of his ammo is gone, he has to use his golden katana every time. That's the advantage between the disadvantage. You see, balance. You see, it's a 1-shot rifle, and he has to reload constantly, and his reload speed is slow, but he does have alternatives, and he still tries his luck on everything. The next person I had is this gunslinger. He uses this assassin. He uses a sniper rifle that is silent. The bullet is silent and it goes wicked fast. But the problem with that is you need it's like a what's it called? What's it called? Bolt action. You have to do that. It's a bolt action, but it's silent, it's fast, but it's a bolt action. That's the only problem. and he's not really good at combat, unlike Deathslinger. See, balance of advantage and disadvantage. Soon enough, we're going to go for the aspect of balance. We're going to go into that. You see, I'm just hinting at the aspects of balance and justice and all that stuff. We're going to get to those parts first. But all these connect. All these aspects connect. And this is the reason why I'm doing the aspects of, because they all connect. They all will connect. Don't worry, they will all connect. You're probably wondering, aspect of gun? How is that going to connect with aspect of justice, aspect of morality, etc.? Oh, don't you worry. It will. Don't worry. But it will all explain everything. You see, I have a plan. But the aspect of a gun is, if done correctly in a hero versus villain setting, you might have a decent character. You might have a decent character with a decent, gun with a decent ability. You know what I mean? And don't worry, we'll go into aspect of superpowers in a minute. We're gonna go over to the aspects of superpowers soon enough, and we'll tell you that not everything is weak. Not every superpower is weak. No, it's not. Because I'll tell you in the aspects of superpowers. Bye bye.